Up to this point, we've mostly been noticing, staying, observing, letting experience reveal itself without trying to shape it. This episode is a little different. Not because the process has changed, but because some things have become clear enough to be named. This is where learning begins to take form, not as instruction, not as belief, but as orientation. When people talk about awakening, they often talk about awareness as if it's something you acquire, something you gain, something that arrives. But awareness isn't something you get. It's something that becomes obvious when interference slows. Awareness isn't added to experience. It's what's already here when you stop being lost inside it. That distinction matters. Most of the time, we confuse awareness with thought, with attention, with insight. But those are movements within awareness, not awareness itself. Thought comments on experience. Attention selects parts of experience. Insight reorganizes understanding. Awareness is what allows all of that to appear in the first place. It's the field, not the content. You don't have to believe this. You can notice it. Right now, there's sound, sensation, thought, and there's something that knows those things are happening. That knowing isn't a thought. It's not a voice. It doesn't argue. It simply registers. That's awareness. The reason this matters is because most suffering doesn't come from experience itself. It comes from identification. From mistaking a movement within awareness for what we are. A thought arises, and it feels like me. An emotion moves, and it feels like who I am right now. A reaction fires, and it feels personal. Awareness reveals that these are events, not identities. This isn't about distancing yourself from experience. It's about including more of it. When awareness is recognized, experience doesn't disappear. It becomes contextualized. Thought is still there. Emotion is still there. Reaction still happens, but none of them speak for the whole. Many people try to use awareness to control experience, to calm down, to get rid of discomfort, to stay peaceful. That's not awareness. That's strategy. Awareness doesn't manage. It notices. And ironically, when noticing replaces management, things begin to settle on their own. One of the first misunderstandings is thinking awareness should feel calm. It doesn't always. Sometimes awareness feels raw. Sometimes it feels exposed. Sometimes it feels like seeing too much. That doesn't mean something is wrong. It means filters are thinning. Awareness doesn't protect you from discomfort. It protects you from confusion about discomfort. It lets you feel what's happening without becoming it. That's a subtle but powerful shift. Another common confusion is between awareness and attention. Attention moves. It focuses. It narrows. It shifts from one thing to another. Awareness doesn't move. Attention moves within awareness. You can watch attention jump. The watching itself doesn't jump. That's awareness. Once this becomes clear, the internal hierarchy changes. Thought loses its authority. Emotion loses its claim to identity. They're still respected, but they're no longer in charge. Awareness doesn't suppress them. It holds them. This is why awakening often feels destabilizing at first. Old reference points dissolve. The mind doesn't know what to hold on to. It wants certainty, definitions, conclusions. Awareness doesn't provide those. It provides clarity, and clarity doesn't always feel safe at first. Another thing awareness reveals is how automatic life has been, how reactions fire before choice, how patterns repeat without permission. Seeing this isn't failure, it's awakening. You can't see automation from inside it. Awareness creates distance without separation. This is also where compassion changes. Instead of being something you try to practice, it becomes something that makes sense. When you see how conditioned behavior is, judgment loses its grip, including self-judgment. Awareness doesn't excuse behavior, it contextualizes it. One of the most important things to understand is that awareness doesn't belong to you. It's not personal. It doesn't have a personality. It doesn't care about outcomes. And because of that, it's incredibly reliable. It doesn't come and go. Only attention does. You don't lose awareness. You lose recognition of it. And recognition can return in any moment. Not through effort, through noticing. This is why there's no technique here. Techniques move attention. Awareness is prior to technique. You don't get closer to awareness by doing more. You recognize it by interfering less. This also means there's nothing to maintain. Awareness doesn't degrade. It doesn't weaken. It doesn't need practice to exist. Practice simply makes recognition more familiar. When awareness is recognized, life doesn't become special, it becomes intimate. Ordinary moments gain depth, not because they change, but because you're actually here for them. Awareness also reveals that growth isn't linear. Insights come and go. Clarity deepens, then blurs. This isn't regression, it's integration. Awareness doesn't accumulate, it stabilizes. You may notice that after recognizing awareness, old habits return, patterns repeat. This doesn't mean awakening failed. It means awakening is no longer theoretical. It's meeting conditioning, and that takes time. Awareness doesn't rush this process. It doesn't demand purity. It allows learning to unfold organically. If you find yourself wanting to do awareness right, that's thought trying to reclaim authority. You don't need to correct that. You can notice it. Noticing is enough. The most important thing to understand at this stage is that awareness isn't an experience. Experiences come and go. Awareness remains. Trying to recreate a feeling of awareness will always miss it, because awareness is what notices feelings. This episode isn't here to give you something new. It's here to help you recognize what's already present, what's been present the entire time. If this feels subtle, that's because it is. Awareness isn't dramatic. It doesn't announce itself. It's quiet, consistent, unobtrusive, and once it's recognized, learning doesn't stop. It deepens. The next episodes will explore what happens when awareness meets thought, emotion, identity, and daily life more directly. Not as problems to solve, but as movements to understand. You don't need to hold on to anything from this episode. You don't need to remember it. If something resonates, it will come back. If it doesn't, nothing is lost. Awareness isn't improved by agreement. For now, it's enough to notice that something is already noticing. That's the foundation. And from here, learning becomes natural.